one and I stand on that. You and me, babe, that's black on black. Black on black. Black on black.
Let's go to Crystal in Texas. Welcome. Hello.
Hi. Hi,
Hey.
Karen. Hi, Amber. I am a great
Crystal.
admirer of your show, Karen. You're like my big sis, my auntie, and I just love your show. You just have a unique perspective, very thought-provoking topics, insightful lessons, and engaging guests, consistently inspiring us to be motivated and to achieve our goals. I had a conversation with my daughter. You're welcome. And I recently was, discussing your show, and she's a multimedia storyteller and a content curator, basically a digital content creator and just a storyteller. She loves telling stories and how she just mirrors that with our everyday lives. And so she shared a quote with me, and I was like, wow, that would be an interesting quote. I wonder what Karen would think about this. So she shared it with me, and so I have her on the line, and she wants to tell you the quote, and she will probably give her perspective. And if you would like to add your thought, I would like to hear it, and I'll be quiet from here.
Okay.
Thanks, Mom. Hi, hello.
Hi. What's your
my
name?
name's Crystal.
Oh, okay.
Crystal.
She was raised right. All right. Already from the door. Okay. Hey, Crystal. Welcome.
Hello. Hi, thank you so much. So the quote is from Pablo Picasso, and it says that art is the lie that reveals the truth. And I read this quote when I was kind of creating a story for myself, and I thought it was so interesting because my interpretation of it is that art is created from the imagination. So it's technically a lie because it's not true, but I feel like it reveals the truth, like about the creator or the audience or any human experiences. And I think it's important because especially for storytelling, it can shine a light on humanity in a way that's more digestible for others to understand the perspective of others in case they might not, ask questions about other people or care to know, but if they watch certain type of media or listen, they can learn about others. So that's kind of my interpretation, and I would love to hear what you think about it. And once again, the quote is, art is a lie that tells the truth.
So how old are you, Crystal?
I am 29.
Okay. And are you currently working in these spaces?
Yeah, so I am a digital creator, so I work in the content industry and the film industry.
Okay. And why was this quote important to you, for you to?
Because, so in the moment when I heard this quote, I was working on a story, and I realized a lot of the aspects that I was putting in the story kind of reflected things about my own life that I am not necessarily forward about. It's not something I really tell people, but I was realizing that I was putting it into my artwork and the stories I was telling, and I thought that was so interesting. And so that's why the quote resonated with me so much.
I am going to sit with this. I'm not going to give you an easy answer or a quick answer because I think that we should be more thoughtful. But I want to, immediately when you were talking, and thank you, Mom, as well, and Crystal, for being a part of this family. I was thinking about the stories that we've been told. Like I just did an episode about Santa Claus, and Roderick was like, everybody should have their children believe in Santa Claus so that they can develop skepticism and and realize that adults are going to lie to them. And I was like, that is such a unique perspective, like when we discovered there was no Santa Claus, it's a lie, but the lie was so wonderful. It made my childhood amazing to wake up and know that Santa Claus brought me gifts or whatever, and I could write letters to this person that didn't exist. It sparked something in me that still feels warm. Even though now I know, of course. I'm sorry for everybody who has children in the car. I remember now that there are children that may still think there's a Santa Claus. I'm sorry. But let's talk about this because I feel like it's our responsibility to manifest things that don't exist. And that's where the line is for me. Before we went to break, we had Crystal and her daughter. and they called up and wanted me to comment on a quote from Pablo Picasso, who, by the way, let me just say this, Amber, he's not a fan. I mean, I'm not a fan of his. I would never have a Picasso in my home. And I feel like, as an artist, I feel like they pushed artists on us and told us who's a great artist. Not, and then if you don't believe that, then you're somehow unrefined. So his art doesn't speak truth to me because my nose
Same.
is in the center of my face. My eyeballs are, I may not have the Fibonacci equation, but they right there. I'm not putting a nose over here and all that. I think he was an alcoholic. I believe that he was, out of his mind most of the time. And so maybe his art is something that is not the truth. I believe that the art that people create reveals the truth. And when you create art out of your pain, your joy, your suffering, your aspirations, you are projecting truth into the future, and you are solidifying what can be in the possibilities, which is why I'm so going hard in the paint around demanding more of our artists,
Yes.
because we deserve, our generations come deserve the best, which means it can't just be for commerce. It can't just be
Yeah.
what's hot. They even threw, no, I'm gonna say this is unpopular, Basquiat. They threw that on us. Shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
to Jay-Z, whatever. You're not refined just because like, there's art happening all the time that we may not even understand until we grow as people, but we're always kind of celebrating these debaucherous people, and as the foundation for the thing that we should be celebrating. And I say no to that. I reject that roundly. When I put words on a paper, they manifest into magic. I do it all the time. I'm back in my flow. I'm writing right now, and I'm feeling very, very powerful because I get to set into motion something that doesn't exist right now because I put
Yeah.
it together on paper. We just are celebrating Nikki Giovanni. She did it all the damn time. We
Yeah.
come from art. We are art. The fact that you're breathing,
Is art.
and it's truth.
I think as art becomes a mainstream conversation and the capitalism around it gets additional media attention, because I was at Art Basel, which means all the write-ups are coming out to tell you what's sold and for how much. Okay. I
Art
do
Basel,
art
Art Basel.
Art
Okay.
Basel, first time. And there's a way to do
How
it and there's a way not to do it now that I've
how
gone.
how was that? And for people who
I
don't know,
listen. If you are a person who loves art, I recommend it. It's an art fair. It's outstanding. Even if you don't go to the main event because it is expensive, go to the events surrounding. You will see some amazing work. If art is your thing, do it. But that said, the art that is great, the art that you should purchase, the art that you should invest in is the art that speaks to you. Not the art that you've been told, not the art that has been pushed on you, not the art that has been, publicized. The art that speaks to you, that is the art that you want. That's the art that you want to buy. That's the artist you want to follow. And you will likely find, if you follow that measure, that many of the artists that you are drawn to have some cultural connection to you.
there we go. Oh, 866-801-8255. They have us out here believing that diamonds are precious. They're not.
Rocks,
They're
rocks.
not. They're not the most precious. That was marketing. They have marketed us into believing that Old Town Road is a hit. Anyway.